Damn. Oh, he's saying all that about him.
Turn that shit into dread. Turn it into some braids or something. Do something different with it. You got the nerve fro. You probably don't even shower that much. Like, come on, nigga. Bro, you don't get bitches. He gotta be weird. This nigga ain't even ugly like that. I don't know, because this is all blurry. It looked like he don't really shape his mustache and nothing like that. Thick eyebrows and shit. Probably look terrible. Does he have a better one that I can see his face more? I want to see what this nigga actually looks like.
Why is he doing all that?
Ew. No wonder why, nigga! No wonder why, motherfucker! What is this nigga talking about, bro? Nigga, wonder why you don't get no bitches, nigga? What the fuck is wrong with this nigga, bro? What bitch looking after a nigga like this, bro? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of this dumbass. Look at this nigga, bro. What the fuck wrong with this nigga? Of course. This nigga gonna flock for this nigga.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, he kinda could. And I already know what y'all are thinking. Me, personally, I would not take that level of disrespect. I know, I gotta get him back. But honestly, I'm not interested in all of that. What would roasting him back really solve? Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna have to be the bigger man on this one and walk away.
I respect it.
What I would say if I was a bitch ass nigga.
What? I'm not getting you, girl.
Nigga sound like he got a garbage disposal stuck down his throat. You sound like you chain smoke a pack of Newports and gargle with Hennessy every morning. This nigga sound like a...
Yo, why is he coming at him like this? I think some of the points he's making, though, about self-improvement is somewhat true. Like, being a nerd is definitely... It's definitely a lifestyle, but it's something you can also cultivate. You know, as people, we grow, and we have interests, you know, and people that we might want to pursue. But there's those who kind of, you know, look a certain way, and, you know, who knows, you know, to a lot of these chicks, it is a business. It is like a business model, you know. They say all this bullshit, attract the, you know, black nerds, and those guys, they don't get none. And then you got Taekwon and Jamar over here pulling these bad bitches.
Thug nigga from Daddy's Little Girl.
And you kind of just sitting here like, the fuck? Like, I'm a nerd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to fuck with me. And the reality of it is, they just ain't, you know. And I think everybody has standards in what they like, you know. And when it comes to that type of stuff, you know, these chicks kind of, like I said, like, they just do that shit. Like, to me, I just see it as attention grabbing. I don't care. I don't pay that shit no mind. I know what I like, what I'm interested in. And I don't like black nerd girls. I don't like nerd girls, I don't think, period. I do like the fact that if she was an attractive girl and she so happened to like anime, whether she's black or any other ethnicity, I would be perfectly fine with that. I just, it's not something I'm interested in. Like, I don't like the fact that if I'm a quote-unquote nerd, like, I'd have to have a nerd girlfriend. Like, it doesn't really sit well with me. I mean, if she has other qualities that kind of go into what make her, like, a nerd and she isn't the whole anime nerd girl, like, you know, anime, manga, whatever, Japanese, all that nonsense, like, that's perfect. Like, I think that type of nerd woman would be, you know, I would rather much more enjoy that, you know. Like, you know, she's niche about coding, programming. She's very much into being, like, into analytics, like data science, like, you know, like all that type of stuff, you know. She has hobbies with the biochemistry, like all that type of stuff, you know. Like, it's refreshing. It would be refreshing to me, so I would welcome it. But like the girl that's like anime, like super like nerdy and all that stuff, like, you know, into like all that type of, like all that stuff, it's not really my type of thing. And I kind of I will befriend a person like that, but I can't see a serious relationship out of it. Like, I'm just not interested in that. And that's just my personal opinion on it. Like, I think that people will like what they like, and it sucks that you kind of have to go through navigate these things where, you know, anime at some point, you know, because I'm 30, back when anime wasn't really like, you know, anime, all that stuff, like it wasn't really cool. Like in high school, you know, you would go to the library, take out your Clannad and your Chobits. You know, that's what we had. We had other stuff too. You know, Soul Eater. This was like the mid to like early 2000s. Full Metal Panic. Like all these like, you know, ecchi kind of, you know, mangas, and they were I was considered weird for reading that stuff. You know, somebody's like, why are you reading this Chinese shit? Like, why are you reading this just weird shit? Like, you know, this Chinese shit. Like, you know, just getting made fun of and all that stuff. And it's crazy because, you know, yeah, I really wasn't. I wasn't getting any type of positive attention from that type of stuff. And I had a group of friends who were just as weird as me. Like, you know, I was weird. I didn't have this or whatever back in high school. I had the Smash Bros cut. Matter of fact, let's talk about that. Yeah, I seen this video the other day where this guy made a video about I think it was hairstyles or something, and he was talking about like the niggas that got the Smash Bros cut, you know, who are like they're like Smash competitors, and you know those type of dudes is good at Smash because they shit all fucked up. They come to the tournament to play. They don't care about their parents. They don't care about none of that shit. But the whole point is, like, back then it really wasn't accepted that you were like into anime, and it's like, or manga or whatever, and it's just, you know, I mean, the times are changing. Like, I don't really like the new anime stuff now. Like, I'm a big manga guy, manhwa, you know, like Korean, Chinese, and then, like, you know, Japanese manga, but it's more like, I'm not really focused on the new style of anime. There's certain things I kind of, like, I may look at a highlight or two on YouTube, but I kind of just stick to a lot of the old stuff, and I just rewatch a lot of stuff, like, you know, Gundam 00, Code Geass. I mean, I'm kind of naming the sci-fi stuff, but, you know, yeah, there's like so many like old school animes that I didn't get the chance to watch, but I have very fond memories of that style of anime and the type of audience that it appealed for. You know, it was kind of like the dark humor, super ecchi, you know, seinen. I mean, there's so many like type of ways you can kind of go about it, but it's like the anime that they make now, I just don't really. I mean, the direction I feel like anime has been going, it's always about how you can appeal to the modern anime fan, you know, with looks being super important, you know, pretty good OSTs, openings and all that stuff, endings, and, you know, just the animation overall, you know, quality, and it's less about the overall enthusiasm that was put into what anime, you know, was really about. That doesn't really make sense, I guess, but the point is, what I'm trying to say is, like, anime is just, it's not the same, and it's definitely something that's growing. So with growth, you're going to attract a new audience, new people, and I mean, like I said, for someone like me, I'm like 30, so it's not really too far off, but the new generation of anime, it just doesn't really appeal to me. Like, I didn't even really watch Attack on Titans. I do like the storyline, and I have read it, but I don't actually find the anime of it all that appealing. And it's just because, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of coming off as, what's that word? Like an elitist, if you want to call it, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I always tell people, I'm a manga guy, manga. And I will die on that hill really by myself just talking about how cool manga is, because I like the fact that the author is the one who puts in that work, who's really putting their feelings into what they're trying to portray, as opposed to, I mean, in the anime adaptation for a lot of things, they try to keep it that way. They add some fillers here or there, some fan service, but it doesn't really, for someone like me, like I don't care about that. I like to really be in touch with the what the mangaka intended to put out. Like, I want to be able to embrace that feeling that the mangaka tried to share, with its readers. So I follow like a lot of like mangaka on Twitter and stuff like that, because I really like, that type of, I like to be engaged, with the work that they do and follow all that stuff. But but back to the point of just, overall how anime and all that stuff is. Like, nowadays, it's just, I mean, with social media too, like with the rise of, everyone, when the pandemic happened and everyone being at home, it only made anime, really excel. And same with like other things, like, fighting games. Like, I used to be a part of the fighting game community. I wasn't really in it, but I would actually go to locals, my local college, and avidly, seemingly compete, whatever. And it was like, kind of like, I wasn't really good. If anything, I think I'd probably dub myself as a combo artist. I spend a lot of time in the lab monster, spend a lot of time in the training room, doing combos, and it was like I could show off neat things, but it wasn't like I was really that good, like to be able to like compete regularly. I mean, I probably could have, but then again, I'm not really a competitive person. Like, I'm more just like do some cool combos and really show people like, damn, like you can do this with this character, that character, and so forth. But yeah, so in general, like, I wasn't always someone who who felt like things are the way they are now, and I had some sort of resentment or whatever you want to call it, or I wasn't always, but I think probably before the probably almost before the height of the pandemic, things pretty much were just much more about, things were kind of coming along. It was about people actually connecting to this whole culture, of like anime and stuff like that, and like, well, part of that culture, Japanese culture or whatever, with the anime, manga, and all that. I mean, in general, things were very much still not like in the public, but it was like, it was kind of moving. It was moving along. And then, like, when the pandemic happened, all that shit just shot up. Everybody's now, able to make money a lot better, and you get the OF thoughts, whatever you want to call them, the sex workers, and then you get the Tyrones, the fucking Taekwons, the guys who are just, they look really good, and I mean, there's not really much you got to do to make money. You can just get in front of your camera and talk about these things, and build your community or whatever. And it was just like, you make money. Like, that's to a lot of people, that's probably really that's a selling point, and it is a little cherry on the top that you like those things and you have people that like it with you. And I mean, for somebody like me, I really don't care. I don't really see myself needing to make a video. And this video I'm watching right now, the flat top chicken guy, That video was hilarious. I'm like 39 minutes in. I got like 51. I got like probably like another like 10 or 10, 12 minutes or whatever. And it's like it's so fucking hilarious. Like he's got a lot of great points, and this is like I'm not doing this isn't a live reaction, but this is just so funny because this shit, I'm literally gasping for air at like the way how he's editing the video, and like this shit is so funny. Like Big Bro is definitely he's funny, but like this whole talk about black men in general with like anime and like just nerdiness in general. I should rephrase that, just nerdiness in general. It certainly is interesting because you go places. So this is the other thing, like I said about social media and like all that stuff. I did like a social media kind of like detox or cleaning, where I made my social media, I wouldn't say it's the cleanest, but it's more true to who I want to become. And it's like, you get rid of, because I used to follow a lot of people. First of all, I used to be on everything. Now I only have Twitter, and I log into Twitter probably like, I don't know, like every few times a month, and then I go months without using it because it's just like I don't really care. But I see a lot of that content or whatever, with anime chicks and like nerds in general. I mean, there can be a nerd in any, like there can be chicks that are just as nerdy in whatever it is that they like there's car girls, there's girls who like cars and guys are flocking over them for cars, but that's fine as well. And then you have the general whole anime manga mainstream girl who like video games and all that stuff, and that's fine as well. And then you have girls who are like developers, coders and all that other stuff, and they're fine as well. It's just I try not to let what I see on the internet really dictate what I see in person, because like I said, I got rid of everything and I only have Twitter. But it's like when you leave all that behind and you kind of just get out there, you really forget. For me, it was a big detox or whatever you want to call it, cleansing. But I really don't think much about any of it. And if I see somebody who's genuinely an interesting person, and they're a nerd in their subject or whatever the case may be, that's awesome, that's great. Maybe you can connect, be friends with them, and who knows, maybe you will get the number. I mean, if it's a girl you might find attractive and she give you the number, that's great. And if she don't, I mean, I treat the situation like any other situation. You just move on. It's not like it's really the end all be all. And I don't justify the fact that she's a better looking girl and I'm just this nerd, because I consider myself to be a geek or nerd or whatever, but I'm pretty much more so on the fashionable side of it. Like, I know I'm medium ugly, but I can still pull bitches. I'm medium ugly, but I can still pull bitches. I have good confidence. I can talk good game. I'm pretty confident in what I can do. I just don't really apply myself how I should, and I know that I definitely can do it. It's just one of those things where it's like, be careful what you wish for. Let's just say that, because you can always get what you want, and then you really can get what you want. You just got to go out there and get it. And then if it's not what you want, then yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But it's like, with how things are, I just don't really follow a lot of stuff on social media, and I kind of just try to just live a life outside of it, because like this type of stuff, it's not really healthy. I mean, yeah, there's the fact that you can build a community, you can meet people and do all those things with social media, but how people are nowadays, it's very polarizing. You give an opinion on something, and the next thing you know, a certain group of people are saying things about you that, like, I think, like you said at the beginning of your video, Flat Top, it's kind of like you were just assuming something about somebody and you don't really know them, and it's just like, I mean, it's just the internet. That's just what it is. So like, if you really go out there and you like really meet people, and you know you have your little niche hobbies, then like none of this shit really matters. At least for me, it doesn't. Like none of it really matters. Like I meet people that aren't even nerdy, but you know, I try to develop a relationship with them, and you know, man or woman, and it's just like, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, like, you know, it's not, like I said, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I'm gonna finish watching this video because I find this video so goddamn fucking funny. Like I can't stop laughing. So I might comment some more after this. I don't really know, but yeah, I just wanted to just put this out there that, you know, it's probably a whole lot of rambling, but it's like, yeah, I have empathy, and you know, I respect where you're coming from when a video like this get made, because, you know, you're just somebody to me that is like, we're just trying to find our way, and, you know, some things work, some things are working, and some things aren't, and, you know, to me it looks like, you know, you just have questions, you know, on certain things, and the questions you have are what's the word I'm looking for? The questions you have are well justified, and it's just like people are just saying stuff, and I'm just like, you know, it's not that deep.